repaving the road out here. Well, they're not letting me right now. They were, but this is just nice. Look at the RV. Look at these houses. Well, I mean, maybe not that one.
Life's like a road that you travel on. There's one day here and the next day gone. Sometimes you bend, sometimes you stand, sometimes you turn your back to the wind. There's a world outside every darkened door where blues won't haunt you anymore. With a brave heart, free and lover's soul, come ride with me to the distant shore. We won't hesitate to lay down garden days. There's not much time left to play. Life is a highway, I'm gonna ride it all night long. If you're going my way, well, I wanna drive it all night long.
So back when I drove for Melton Truck Lines, the first day I got there, it was nice. Just looked like any other corporation though. And that's the one thing I've noticed about some of these corporations, like Swift, Werner, Rail, Melton, Schneider. They all kind of have the basic scheme. They all have the basic layout. They all have, they're all cookie cutters in my opinion. But don't let that change the fact that it can't be a good company. Now I'm going to give you the good, the bad of Melton Truck Lines while I was there, and maybe some of you that actually work at Melton Truck Lines now or have worked at Melton Truck Lines can also correct me or inform me or just tell me about your experience from Melton Truck Lines. So when I was there, I ended up going to Dallas, Texas terminal, which is actually now, I think they moved it. They were just in the process of closing it, and it was nice. You know, we did a little 1 week orientation. They put me up in a hotel and all that. They trained us they trained us everything that I've learned before, but it's always good to have a little extra training, right? They ended up picking. Or they ended up showing us how to tarp certain loads because they haul certain loads that are very valuable or very, not valuable. Well, I mean, they're all valuable, of course, but one was very fragile. So it was very interesting seeing how they did certain things. I learned new ways to tarp. I learned new ways to strap, and honestly, it was more of an experience thing for me because flatbedding has always been my thing. Right now I'm doing tanker, but I might be going back to flatbedding real soon. And then pretty soon you guys will be seeing me doing some over-the-road videos. So stay tuned for that. So after my 1 week training was done, we ended up getting assigned our trucks. You know, they had us get our drug tests and our physical, and they took care of all that. They put me in a Kenworth T660 at the time. That's what they had. Now they have the T680s, and they have the mid-roof automatic double bunk. I mean, they're nice trucks. They have good equipment, new equipment. Melton Truck Lines is based out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. They have a beautiful terminal there. They're really big on being healthy, being fit. They're very big on their maintenance. It was very nice, I have to admit. They did start me out at 46 cents a mile, and that was with about 2 years experience. So now that I think about it, I could have probably got more from another company, but I was only 2 years, so I thought, oh, this is a high pay compared to 36 cents, 10 cents a mile more. So it was real nice. They were really conscious about your health. They actually had a physical trainer or a private gym person that actually helped you with workouts, helped you with your BMI, helped you with pretty much anything you needed. And it was at the Tulsa terminal, which was pretty cool. Just try to stay healthy, stay fit on the road. They always looked at that. Their trucks weren't super slow. Their trucks were about 65 miles an hour governed. After 10 years of driving, they actually gave you a customized truck. You could choose your own color, add lights to it. Like, they gave you a whole bunch of stuff. They always give you bonuses. After 3 years, they would give you a ring. This isn't the ring, but they give you a ring that had like Melton Truck Lines, and then they had like all the diamonds. They had 10 spots for diamonds over it. and each year that you were there, you got a new diamond put into it to add to the collection. And they were just really big on safety and accountability. So that was my positive things about Melton Truck Lions, and the positive things. I only worked there for about a year, and normally it takes a year for me to really feel out a company, to really understand what's going on. So now let's go to the negatives of the company. Earlier I said that they paid me 46 cents a mile, which was, like I said, it was pretty decent. It was alright. However, the miles weren't there. I would average from 2,000 to 2,500 miles a week, sometimes even less than that. And I know they could have gave me more, but what they would do is they would set the loads to where it wouldn't be due till next pay date. So the 3 loads you just did, one of those loads will actually go on to the next pay date, and it was a really interesting and crappy situation, especially somebody that's been there for it's my first time ever being there. During that time, I also noticed that there was a lot of snitches on Facebook. You guys know you should never post anything on Facebook that has your trucking company or trucking number name in it. And my suggestion to anybody that is on Facebook that's working for a big corporation, do not tell anybody where you work on that status where it says, "Oh, I'm employed here," because there's always somebody out there stalking your Facebook, seeing what you're posting, and they're trying to figure out what you're up to, and it's just all bad. So I'll explain that story later on why I know there's snitches on Facebook. The next thing I would like to say that I did not like about Melton Truck Lions was they had a camera facing on the inside and the outside of the truck. Anytime you hit a bump or curb or anything, and guys, I know I said curb, but don't act like you haven't hit one before. You guys know some of these streets you have no choice. Anyway, it would set off the motion sensor on there, and then it would record 30 seconds before, 30 seconds in the middle, and 30 seconds after. So a minute and a half of video of everything you were doing prior, current, and after the event of whatever set it off. They had, it was kind of ridiculous. The next thing that kind of sucked was, their tarp pay wasn't the best, but it's alright. But about 90% of the loads were tarped, and honestly, that sucked. There was times where I would tarp a load, in inclement weather, and I would get to the receiver, and they get mad at me because they're wondering why the load was tarped, and then they're wondering why I'm taking so long to untarp, that this load should have never been tarped. I've been in situations like that a couple times, and it sucks. Yeah, you get paid for the tarping, but they do make you tarp about 90% of the loads. Also, the bungee cords. They do make you pay $50 for a pack of bungees. They take it out of your check, so you gotta really take care of your bungees because they do make you pay for it. I was always able to I think I paid for bungees once, and that was my first day there to get my pack, but I was always able to get bungees from drivers that were just quitting or leaving, or that had too many, so I always had a stack of bungees. And then for those drivers that are going into Melton, do that, just talk to other drivers that are leaving or coming in, see if they have extra bungees. Always just stock up, and then when you leave, pay it forward. Give it to another new driver that doesn't have much money, because they could really use it, because they do make you pay for the bungees. So to go back to the whole Facebook situation that happened, Melton Truck Lions has a thing where after a certain amount of time idling, the truck will shut off. This sucks, especially in places like Arizona, California, Nevada, southern Utah, New Mexico. Any hot state, and anywhere, Texas, Georgia, anywhere that's over 100 degrees sometimes. Now, the truck will not shut off if it was over 80 degrees. However, the 80 degrees in a truck, it's still hot. So one time I decided, all right, well, they do have APUs, by the way, but my APU did go out. But one time I was sitting waiting for a load, and they had like I said, the truck kept shutting off on me, and I was getting hot. I was dying in my truck. And I was at the point of literal heat stroke. I called maintenance, told them about it. They couldn't find anybody or shop that was open at the time to help fix the issue. So I always have a gallon of water, and I took my gallon of water and I set it and wedged it on my throttle, and I idled the truck. And it was like about, when I idled it was about 9 RPM. It wasn't too high. Well, I took a picture of it and then posted it and said solutions, and believe it or not, somebody reported it to my terminal, and they called me back to Tulsa, and had a chat with me about tampering with equipment. And they're like, "What is this? What's going on?" And I told them, I said, I was hot. I'm not going to sit there and die in your guys' truck. And they were close to firing me, but they didn't. And they're like, "Well, you seem like you really like to work here, blah, blah, blah." Whatever. I was pissed. That was a stupid day. I should have filed a grievance. I didn't. So, after that, they held me for another 2 hours and made me take a safety training class. And they do this I think it's once a month. They actually make you take a stupid class for safety training. It takes time out of your day. It takes time out of your check. When you ain't turning, you ain't earning. You don't get paid for these classes, which is just ridiculous. It's just, to me, I believe in taking classes and safety training. I like that. But when you're short on money and you're really struggling, you need all the time you can get on the road to make that extra money. So watch out when you go there, because they will do that. But yeah, so the other thing I didn't like about them was their open door policy, so-called open door policy. Their fleet managers weren't really that nice, or at least the one I had, he's kind of a dick. Excuse my language. And you can go in there, you can talk to the front desk, but they didn't really have an open door policy. No. They still had, their version of an open door policy is the doors, you went up the stairs, and you were in like this little room with cheap chairs, and then there was a telephone, and then you just called your fleet manager, and they would come meet you directly at the door. I don't believe that's really open door policy. So, yeah. But there's a lot more I can go on. If you guys want to know more about Melton, or if you guys have any questions, leave a comment down below. If you like this video, please subscribe. I'm still working on my channel, still trying to build it up there, so I would love the support. And to the new subscribers, I noticed you guys, thank you very much for subscribing. Every little bit helps, especially on today's YouTube. It's very hard. Also, Melton Truck Lines, they do have 48-foot trailers and 53-foot trailer spread axles, which actually they were pretty nice. So, but anyway, I hope this video helped you all for if you're going to Melton, or if you're looking up and you're about to go to Melton. I hope this video answers some of your questions. If you have more questions, I will do the best I can to help you. But with that being said, as usual, Big Trucker B out.